Hey everybody, I wanted to take a minute to talk about the concept of failure today. So, it would have been very easy for me to see myself as a failure today. It was a pretty rough go. Didn't sleep last night, so that was awesome. I got up late, was a little late getting in. Thankfully, people are very flexible, but that was not the greatest start. So going off of no sleep, trying to have a session with someone is pretty difficult. It takes a lot more effort, energy, and focus than normal, and it takes a lot of focus to begin with. So, as you can imagine, not so great. And then, on top of that, in the middle of a session, I felt like I had broken glass here. Really sharp pain. So then, on top of trying to focus on the client's needs and their pain and their suffering and working to get them to get it internalized that they're, not to blame and they're a good person or whatever it is, I'm also focusing on not looking like I'm dying. Because last time this happened, my PhD advisor, director, and I were having a meeting, and she was a little worried because she didn't know if I was going to make it out the building. And I don't know what it is. Still got to wait to get back into the GI doctor. So that's another fun time. On top of that, I went outside because it's, as you can see, there are no windows. So go outside. I got a badge to get back in the building. And I come back in to swipe my badge. Badge is gone. Badge was clipped onto my belt loop, and at some point, the whole thing disappeared. So that was pretty awesome too. So then there's the feeling like a failure because clients, no call, no show, cancel, whatever. Now, it's not my fault, right? But as a clinician, as a therapist, I sometimes can feel that way. Oh, what did I do wrong? Why don't they want to come? In reality is they've got lives. They've got things going on, and they've got their own things they're working through, and sometimes it's really hard for them to come and be in a session. I get that. But there's a lot of things going on, and I could feel like a massive failure today. And trust me, I had a moment where I almost did. But then I realized, failure is another way to learn, right? So if we learn from it, then we can do better. And which is what we want to do, right? We want to do better. We want to be able to face ourselves and say, we've learned, we're going to do better, we make mistakes. It's not that we're bad people. It's not that we're not good enough, not worth it. It's that life happens. We can't make everything perfect. And honestly, that feeling of failure comes from the inside. It comes from the inside. Yeah, okay, well, I failed this person, I failed that person. But the reality is, it's a feeling, it's a fear of being rejected, right? Being rejected by clients, employees, peers, whomever. So, in this case, it might be a feeling of, hey, what if my clients reject me and they don't want to come back? I'm a bad therapist or whatever. That's my internalized malarkey, which is something I'm also working through, of course. But there it is. So if you feel like a failure at some point, if you feel like, oh man, I just can't do this anymore, I don't have the power, just remember, you're amazing, you're incredible, you can do this, and that we make mistakes, and failure is it's not a terrible thing. It's a learning experience, and really, that's what it is. We categorize it as something that has to be awful and terrible because we live in a society where we're independent and strong and gotta do everything by ourselves. But the truth is, we need each other, and we need each other's flexibility and forgiveness too, right? For making mistakes. We're allowed to make mistakes. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Even as a clinician, I am allowed to make mistakes. It's a thing. So I wanted to share that with you today. If you all are feeling down, if someone, if things aren't going right, I'm with there. Can't even talk. I'm with you. I'm with you there. I feel you. I don't know what you're going through, but I know that I'm going through some stuff today. It's not pleasant. So I imagine whatever you're going through is probably at the very least not pleasant either. But, like always, just remember, you're worth it, you're amazing, and you got this. Peace.